Heidy Mercado, and I am the owner of Shofar Cleaning Corp. And I have been since 2011. And I want to speak to you first a little bit about myself, my background, so you guys get to know me a little bit. I was born in Caracas, Venezuela, by my mother, Tomasa Jaimes. She's a native born from Venezuela. And my dad, he's Domenico Migliore Balsama. He's a stowaway immigrant that came from Naples, Italy to Venezuela. He came with every immigrant's dream to going to the promised land. Back in the day, it was my country where every European wanted to go. My mother, she was a business owner since she was 15 years old. She's a beautician, so I basically grew up in a business environment. My dad was also a business owner. He has his own big warehouse mechanic shop. So between playing in my dad's cars and washing my mom's beauty salon and washing her clients' hair, I grew up in this environment, which gave me the business-like mentality that I now use for my business. For me to be a successful business owner requires not only the upbringing, but it requires commitment. So this is the things that I use for my business. My dad focused on the quality of job for his clients, and that was the base that I learned from it. My mom was more of a customer service oriented type of businesswoman. She liked to take care of her business and her clients in such a way that people will always go look for her. And that's also my motto. People look for me specifically because of the quality job that I do and because of the way that I treat their homes or their offices and the respectful manner that I treat their personal stuff. When I was 12 years old, I had my first business. My mom gave me a little clothing stand, where I would spend my summers selling swimming suits and swimming wear. And she was trying to get me to have that mentality since very early on, which really helped me when I migrated here to the United States. My sister will be across the stand with her own stand, so she will keep a lookout for me. But between getting up at 5 in the morning, it was like a flea market. Getting up at 5 in the morning, getting everything set by 7, taking care of clients. So I had to learn how to deal with customers, learn the selling skills, and just helping out the family and working hard. It was taught to me very, very early on. When I was 18, I had the opportunity to go into New York with a friend that my mom helped raise, and she worked in New York, so I decided to come and learn the language and study in college or university, which is every Venezuelan's dream, going to the United States, learning a career because of the grade of quality that the education has in this country. So I really loved it here. My dream was always meeting Mickey and going on those roller coasters. And little did I know that I was gonna end up here in Florida. It was just a kid's dream. I never thought it was gonna come true, but it did. It did happen. So I spent some time in New York, and then I had the opportunity to come to Florida. I didn't really like the snow. I liked it for 1 day or two, but it was really cold. I'm from a hot weather country. I can stand all the heat that you want, but below 35, I can't handle it no more. So I spent some time here learning English. I went to college. I met my husband, had my kids. I have 2 little children, Heidy, who's 12, and my son is David, who's 9. They're the most important part in my life, and they're the reason that I do all that I do. I studied psychology at Phoenix University. I achieved the associate's degree, which helps me a lot with my customer service skills, and which is what I use to take care of my clients and their needs. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my business, the Shofar name. The shofar, it's a ram's horn trumpet that was used by the ancient Jews in religious ceremonies. It was used to convene assemblies, to sound alarms for the camp of Israel, and also as a battle signal. And it's also believed that it is going to be used by the Messiah, the upcoming awaited Messiah, when the time comes to wake up the dead. I brought my shofar. I do not know how to blow it. My son does. So when we go to temple, he blows it. It makes a very loud sound. If you want to see it, I can show it to you later. But this is basically ram's horn. I got a little one because of my son, but they can go as big as this, and they have different kinds. This is used mostly by the Jewish people, but it's also being applied in some Christian and some evangelical churches because of its significance. You can find this information in 1 Corinthians 15 from 51 to 57. Now you ask yourself, why the use of the shofar name? Well, first of all, I used this religious name because of its significance for the religious community and for the world entirely. I use it mainly because I want to praise God in all the things that I do. And second, because it wakes up the people's curiosity about the things of God. Some people follow God, some people follow other religions, but I'm a Messianic Jew, so I decided to use that name. Back in 2010, I had another name, but because of bad business decisions, which I learned as I go, I had to change it to Shofar, which my name used to be Heaven Cleaning, but then I changed it to Shofar. When people see the name on my car, what I want them to have is the curiosity of search the name, be curious about it, and then one thing leads to another. If you search for the name, you wonder what that name means, and then when you search it, you might find something more than what you're expecting. You know, what we people who believe in God and are told to do, it's to give the message to the people. So this sparks the curiosity of people, and they might not only find a good cleaning company, but they also might find a religious purpose. Now, when I opened my business in 2011, I was mainly motivated by my desire of keeping the weight off that I had due to my gastric bypass. I had to do something to stay active. So I decided to do a physical job that will help me keep this weight off and have the time to spend time with my kids. Now, my cleaning business, for me, it is easy to do because when you do something that you love, you like doing it. Like everybody in their job, there's no better job, even if the pay is not that good. If you like what you do, you're gonna do it well, and you're gonna have rewards. So it's a very good paying job. I actually have noticed that I earn more doing this job that I would have working with my business degree, with my associate's degree, I'm sorry. And but it works for me. I mean, it's something that I've done before, and it's something that I like, and I like doing it, and I get paid really good. What I basically do with my business, help my customers. If you have needs for your cleaning, you don't want to spend the time on your weekends, which you can be spending with your family. So I come in and I take care of your needs. I adapt to your needs, and whatever cleaning that you need me to do, I will go the extra mile. I don't focus on prices like other companies do. They tell you, oh, I clean this and this and this area for this amount of money. You want something extra, then you have to pay more. No, I'm very affordable. I'm conscious that people have their bills, they have their stuff, and I value my work, but I also want to give a good price. I want to be fair, so I focus on that. Now, things that I do to clean, I let my chemicals work for me, and I just basically take care of the dirt and and take care of every little single need of the cleaning that people need. Some clients like more environmentally, an environmentally approach when it comes to cleaning, so I have that option also available. A little tip that I want to do, the things that you should not use when you clean is, for example, the bleach. Don't leave it on metal. It will rust it and it will decolor the metal. People who I've had clients that do also flooring. They have taught me that in woods, like I've said many times before, you don't want to apply water because over time the water would, the humidity will damage the wood, and which will make you spend more time on your home, and it will devalue the wood floor. It is important that when you use these products, you protect yourself. If you don't have the time to do, or you don't have the knowledge for cleaning, let the professionals handle it for you. Okay, there's always going to be help around, like, you know, the pest control will take care of your ants or roaches. The cleaners will take care of your house. And in my case, it will be in a respectful manner. I will respect your stuff, and I'm pet friendly and elderly friendly. So if you have any questions, I'm here.
And she's awesome.
Thank you. I got it. You have any cleaning questions?
Do you use a lot of ammonia in your cleaning?
I don't use ammonia. And when I try to clean, there's a set time that you have to leave the product on the surface for, because it can actually damage the surface. So you have to, if you don't know when you're cleaning, you have to use the directions on the product. It will give you the estimate that you have to use it for. But I like to let it sit for a little bit, and I then clean everything out. I mean, you have to have experience. You can just not. It's like if you apply your chemicals for your job, you know how much to apply and what concentration you have to apply. Otherwise, you can damage the people's products. For example, if you use oven cleaner recklessly, oven cleaning can actually damage your kitchen cabinets if you spray it by accident. So it is important in my business to take care of people's homes, but also the value of their things. So you have to be very careful. I've lost businesses because I've had employees who don't follow my training when I train them how to use the products. And it's very important because it's a liability issue. So you have to be very careful who you hire so they don't break your things or they don't damage your things.
Do you do the cleaning yourself?
I do my cleaning myself. That's my mom's motto. I learned that, you know, she told me, you take care of your business, you take care of your clients, and they will always look for you. So that's my main thing. I don't like delegating. Remember, people's houses, they have valuables there, and I've heard stories. Thank God I have never experienced people losing stuff, but I've heard other people that have had employees doing stuff, and their reputation is the one that gets damaged. So I don't want to take that risk. I take care of my clients. If anything, the responsibility will fall on me. Any more questions?